Something happened in the housing market this week that has not happened since 2008. Wait a minute, something else happened this week in the housing market that has not happened since 1995. And you don't want to know what interest rates did this week that will have you shaking your head and maybe even wondering why you didn't buy last year or if you even are going to buy this year. How's it going? My name is Luis Torres. I am a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area. I service the community here by helping folks find the home that they're looking for and also helping them sell the home that they are either currently living in or just want to get rid of. And I also like to here on YouTube, you can also call me Luis the Broker here, but I like to educate the public as to what's happening in the real estate market on a weekly basis, giving you basically some different points of view and reading news articles about the real estate market and hopefully, giving you some more understanding as you go out and navigate the real estate market in your neck of the woods with the real estate agent that you have found. And hopefully if this information is useful for you and you want to get some more information like this in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe with this kind of content coming at you on a weekly basis here. So basically what I do here in these weekly meetings, I read the news article and then I try to find more information regarding that. I try to dig a little deeper so that you can have a better understanding of whatever topic, seems to be the most prevalent type of news that is happening here. So yeah, without further ado, I do want to get into let me get this thing going out here. I know I have a lot of things going on in the screen at the same time, and I don't mind that at all. That's basically my style. I like to have a lot of things going on at the same time. Just like real estate, there's always a lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts. But in this video, the structure is going to be like this. I'm going to be going through the Redfin weekly news as I like to read those. This is my most comfortable news source, but there's other sources of news that I like to get. But at the same time, I will also be, in a sense, going away from the script, from the news article and showing you proof of what I've been talking about here and showing you some charts, some graphs. I'll also be going through this week's interest rates and where they have been performing and getting into a little bit of new construction. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that and why I'm bringing it up in this meeting. I want to let you know why as we go on through this particular video here, being that it is the second to last week of October. Everybody's getting ready for Halloween. Everyone is out and about. It's like the last full week of nice temperatures here in the Chicagoland area. So the foliage is turning to be a nice, beautiful red color. The trees are changing color. Fall is right here. It's beautiful. It's looking great. And so folks are out still looking at homes. And I want to bring you closer to what is happening here in the real estate market. So what I like to do here is, as you can see, I'm being squeezed here with all these pages in my feed. But let me just take a look at, see what has been happening here in the real estate market in the Aurora/Naperville area, because that's the sweet spot that I like to go into. And here I am on the Redfin. I'm not a Redfin agent. I'm not promoting them at all, but I do like and enjoy using their tools, not losing their tools. So I want to go ahead here and just kind of circle around what is the area here. Let's take a look here, Aurora and Naperville, and just let you know what homes have been selling as this week goes. Let me apply another filter here. See if I can kind of scooch it in. I'm gonna have to squeeze myself out of the way here and show, hopefully, what kind of homes have sold in this past week, sold within the last week. There it is. My filter is applied correctly. And now as we scoot back here, making some room here, I could breathe better. In these two areas, according to Redfin, I can pull up some other information if you like, but according to Redfin here, public information, a total of 113 homes, as you saw me here put in the filters, homes such as single family homes, condominiums, and townhomes, altogether 113 homes have been registered here on this app. And as you can see, yeah, that's all over the map. If I zoom in here in the map, you can see exactly what parts had more concentration of homes sold. And yeah, nothing crazy, nothing that jumps out at me here. Most of the stuff south of I-88 have been selling well. And as you can see here, the prices of homes and what areas, I kind of get a little bit of plain field here too, but hey, never mind that. And I just want to see here what the home that was most expensive sold this past week. I want to look at the prices here. So let me sort by the highest priced home. And the winner for this week, the highest priced home goes to, let's take a look here, a property in Naperville, 463 South Columbia Street, sold this week for $1.28750 million. So that's the home right there. Take a look here at some of the photos real quick. Yeah, I don't have this listing. It's not mine. But this sold on October the 20th. So it's a beautiful looking home. Nice little, yeah, so photos that we are not going to be able to see here at the moment. But at the same time, I still want to continue to put up this information for you. And then the home that sold at the least price is here on Farnsworth Avenue. It's probably a condo because it's only one bed, one bath, and so it has 730 square feet. It sold for $124,900. So if you wanted to, figure out, hey, what's the lowest prices that I can get here in the area? A lot of people ask me, like, can I buy a home for $20,000? Can I buy a home for $50,000, $90,000? A lot of people would have that idea, especially if they want to get into investments. And I would say to you that right now, as far as we can see, this past week, the home that sold for the lowest price was 120. Let me just look at it one more time here. 125K. Basically, so that's the lowest price, and it's not even a single family home. It's a home that was a condominium. And if you want to look at some more, we have some more photos here. And you saw a garage there, and then you could see some of the photos. I know it's kind of bad. Let me get out of the way, Louis. Get out of the way. See these photos here. It looks pretty decent here. The photo quality is pretty nice. See here some of the backsplash. It looks like a brick flavored type of backsplash there. Got a dining area as well. So that property sold. So don't call me and ask me, hey, Louis, can I go ahead and take a look at this property? I will tell you, yes, you can look at other properties, but not this one, because this property has sold for $125,000. But if you want to see homes that sold, at a price, look, I'll show you homes that are available, right? Homes that are on the market for that to be happening. So anyway, let's get now into the news here as we are getting up to speed with the market update here of this week. Housing market update 2023 on pace for fewest homes sold since 2008. I started this meeting by saying something happened in the housing market that hasn't happened since 2008, and that is, there's a spoiler alerts. Thank you very much. I should have scrolled better. But anyway, that the fact is that the fewest homes sold right now this week for ever since 2008. That's the fact of the matter. And that's the way it goes, Now, I've been actively working with clients out in the field, so it doesn't feel to me as there's just no one, buying homes. I'm not sitting at home twiddling my thumbs. I am, out in the field and fielding calls and having conversations with folks. Getting calls coming in, folks asking me questions about property. So I myself am staying busy with what's happening here in the market. But at the same time, overall picture nationally, homes have been, very, very slow. So I put a highlight here. It says the fewest homes have sold since the housing bubble burst in 2008 after the subprime mortgage crisis. That's something notable to take note of. And why is that? It's been the same news all year long. High prices, high interest rates have all scared the buyers, and at the same time, there's just so little inventory available out in the market that's the reason why folks are not, buying homes anymore at the moment, right? It's very low numbers. And let me tell you something. I mean, just looking at some graphs and statistics, even in the 2008 crisis, I was looking up some of this information here. Homes, it took a couple of years for the market to recover at that point. Once the housing crisis hit, you didn't see sales returning to a normal state for a couple of years even after that. So are we going to see this continuing on? I do see that. I don't see homes hitting the market in a great number for a couple of years to come. And a lot of folks are, in a sense, hunkering down to, basically get used to this kind of level of inventory. Now, nationally, that's what news we have here. Here's some of the more information that we have here. Let's go ahead and read a quote from Chen Zhao, that is Redfin's economic research lead. According to this article, it says the last time homes, I'm reading here the green highlight, the last time home sales were this low was during the Great Recession. So that's what we see going on there. Let me see it again here. You can see my quote. You like that? The last time home sales were this low was during the Great Recession. Yes, so if you wanted to go back in time to that Great Recession, well, when it comes to the housing market, you have gone back in time. All right. And it says here, at that time, tough economic conditions and slow demand pushed prices down 30% year over year in some parts of the country. You say, well, where are we right now? Are we 30% below? Well, look, I wanted to show you this. Now, if you take a look at the right side of your screen where it says here, InfoSparks, you see 3 lines. You can follow my mouse. You can follow my mouse. And again, because I'm a real estate agent, licensed broker here in the state of Illinois, I service the Chicagoland area. And more specifically here, I am looking at Aurora, Illinois, Naperville, Illinois. And then I also want to contrast that to the city of Chicago as a whole. And these are homes that are new construction and resale, so that we can have a balanced number. And so what I'm looking at right here are home prices as the last 3 years. Obviously, it's no secret. Home prices have been increasing as of late, but let me take you back to the max number of years. All right. Let me take a look here. All right. Very good. So what we have here is, let's take a look. Very good. All right. I'm going to take a look at some of these statistics and help you out to understand. As I am looking at something right here. All right. I don't know if that's going to work anymore. No big deal. All right, perfect. All right, take a look. That should have worked, but it's okay. All right, so what we are doing is, there we go. As I get back to my status. All right, perfect. We've seen home prices hit a low. See, if you look where my mouse is clicked right here in this area, that's 2008, January. The home prices took a dip and then they went up, and it took some time, several years, for it to get back to where it was before. All right, and home prices now for us here in the Aurora area, let's see here, median prices, right? They have actually gone up 11% year over year. Okay, now that's the rolling 12 months, right? That's the numbers that we're looking at. Home prices have gone up. All right, now if we look at Naperville's prices, they've gone up 9.4%. All right, and so at that time, home prices were down 30% year over year in some parts of the country. Okay, and it says here, creating an opportunity for first-timers to snatch up starter homes, which is great for them back in the day, right? If you go back to 2008, home prices, because of the market and the way things were, they had so many homes for sale, and just the thing is, there was slow demand. Okay, and the situation was that all these foreclosures were happening, so it allowed for folks to snatch up properties. But you know what though? The thing is, excuse me. All right, I have a coughing fit going on here, no big deal, and I was not able to pause it. So as you know here, I'm not going to go ahead and edit this. I want to go straight through this. Okay, so bear with me. Only the true ones will know. Anyway, so that's the thing. They had homes to snatch up. That was, I guess, the silver lining. Well, what about now? Do we have an opportunity for buyers to then come and snatch up properties? Well, a lot of optimistic buyers are like saying, yes, let's go ahead and buy properties while, the market is not as populated with potential buyers. But you know what? The thing is, nowadays, there's no deal to be had, right? As you see, the home prices have gone up. As you can see here on my screen, once again, looking at your right hand of the screen, you're going to see that home prices have continually gone up. Year over year, in Aurora, it's 11%, even higher than the city of Chicago, which has only gone down really 3% compared to last year. All right, so still the prices, if you look at the entire 3 years, the home prices in Naperville have gone up. In Chicago, it's kind of gone up, but it's been plateaued for some time, and now it's going a little bit down. But if you look at Aurora's numbers, the bottom line, they have steadily been increasing the last 3 years. And so if I look here, zoom out a little bit in time, that's a 5-year mark. And now if we zoom out to a 10-year mark, you're going to see that home prices have gone up steadily, okay? So this is just showing you, this is the median price, by the way. I'm not looking at average prices because I don't want to look at the outliers, right, and put those into the equation. I'd rather just look at some good conservative numbers and see where numbers have been going, okay? And as far as homes for sale are concerned, let's look at that, right? Let's look at, going back to 2008, January 2008. Take a look at this. Homes for sale, homes availability, right? Historically in Chicago, they've been up 25,000. But look, as of the 2008 housing crisis, you see the inventory has went way down, right? So year over year, homes for sale in Chicago have dropped 20%. Naperville, 20%. Aurora, 20% year over year, right? So our inventory has gone down. Now, let me look at this. If you go back now to the left-hand side of your screen, the bottom portion of it, it says here, if you can see, pending. Well, let me just quickly go down the list here. The average daily mortgage rate this week, guess what it did? What did it do, Louis? Well, you don't want to know this, but let me go ahead and bring it up anyway, okay? Here we go. The right side of my screen is the Mortgage News Daily interest rate calculator, right? And it shows you basically what the mortgage rates have been for the last year. And I'm going to zoom out here and show you what they've been doing the last 5 years, right? As you can see the dip here, 2021, 2020, 2022 starts going up, 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 2023 now. Guess what? They hit 8% on Wednesday. And I believe that was the, the 18th of October. Interest rates finally hit 8. Where are we at today? As of Sunday, interest rates are at nationally average 7.97. So they were really, really close to that number. Excuse me. So there you go. That's where interest rates are. Take that one away. They hit 8%. So that's one of the things that we got going on here this week. The great news is it hit 8%. A lot of folks are not going to like that number. Some folks are going to say, you know what, I'm going to get out of the race now because it's 8% is just way too high. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have a list of people that want me to call them when rates hit 6%, even 5%. They said they're going to buy at that time. I guess I won't be, having a conversation with them for a couple of years, I guess. Not really, not with me. I will give them a call and see if they're willing to work with 8%. I'm telling you, folks right now are starting to finally understand the fact that rates are not going to be coming down anytime soon. Yes, we got news from the Fed that they're not going to raise rates or whatever the case. But, we just got to see what happens with the news and if things are going to shape up. And maybe that will affect the entire, span of things. Who knows? But interest rates going down significantly, I don't see that happening for maybe years to come. A year or two maybe. We'll see how things go. But not hitting historical levels of 2%, 3%. That is never going to happen, I don't believe. So let's just get that out of the way. And maybe that's the reason why some people want to hold on to these homes and not sell them and keep those interest rates like a relic, like a prized item, and they just don't want to sell it because of that. Who knows? All right. So it hit its highest level in 23 years, the interest rates did. Yep. It's been 23 years, 1995, since we've seen interest rates hit that level. I'm not going to bring up that chart anymore because I already threw it in the trash. But let me just read here. It says, with mortgage applications dropping to the lowest level since 1995, mortgage applications dropping to the lowest level since 1995. Let's listen to that. Wow. All right. Pending home sales in the U.S. fell 8% year over year. Okay, so that's what's pending home sales. Pending home sales are homes that have been under contract. So let me go ahead and see if I can find that here. All right, let's take a look at under contract homes, right, in my charts. Let's kind of zoom in here and do the 3-year mark, and then we'll take a look here. So that's nationally, right? Pending home sales fell 8% year over year. What about us? Well, here in the Chicagoland area, they fell anywhere from 21 to 24% year over year. So we're taking a bigger hit. We're seeing less homes go on the contract. Compared nationally, 8% to locally here, 23% average in these two areas, right? Naperville, western suburbs, and the city of Chicago. So yeah, we're taking a bigger hit there, okay? And low inventory is another factor dampening sales. There are 14% fewer homes for sale than there was a year ago. So that's what is said here. 14% fewer homes for sale nationally, okay? This is why I bring up all these charts and all these different things, because I want to put into context from national news to local news here in the Chicagoland area. And I want to show you, if it is 14% fewer homes for sale nationally, well, where are we locally? Locally, Naperville, Chicagoland, Aurora, averaging about 20% fewer homes. So if the entire nation average is down 14%, in other words, if there were 100 homes for sale, now they just have 86 homes for sale. That's 14% less, right? Well, in Chicagoland, it's about 20%. So that's 80, right? So again, we're taking another hit. Less demand, less homes under contract. It's more severe here in the Chicagoland area, and it's also less homes for sale. And it's more severe here in the Chicagoland area compared nationally. All right, so we're taking a bigger hit here. And that's just the way it is. I mean, you just got to look at it from that perspective. And that's fine. That's what the state of the economy is at this time. And, some people might get a little apprehensive about the whole housing market. They're like, well, if things are the way they are, well, I'm desperate. And oftentimes people, what they would do is blame a real estate agent and say, well, my agent is not helping me get the home that I want. Well, let me tell you something here. Now that I got you sitting down and you're comfortably, maybe sipping on a coffee, watching this video, and I give you kudos if you watch this video up to this point because it shows that you care about the real estate market. But let me tell you something though. I speak as a real estate broker and I'm not your personal broker at the moment. You could be if you reach out to me, if you're in the Chicagoland area. And if you are somewhere else in the area, reach out to me too. I can connect you with somebody that knows the real estate market and can help you with your situation. But let me tell you this though, that no real estate agent has the secret skeleton key that can unlock every single bidding war and win them every single time. If you do, if you find a realtor that says that they can do that for you, either they're selling you a bag of tricks that you're gonna find out either way that's not gonna be the case. But listen, the person that holds leverage is a seller, is a listing agent. Unless they want to give you the insider information, that's all you can bet on really. Most of the time that's not going to happen, and you cannot blame the real estate agent for not knowing this information. There's a reason why sellers keep this multiple bid situation and the highest price number close to their pocket, and that's because they want to make sure that all the bids assume that the highest is going out there, and so they win the most amount from the pool, right? And it's not until it's too late, once the property closes, that you figure out how much money there really was. I tell you this because even this past week I had 2 multiple offer situations and offers that we wrote that I was trying to dig up as much information as possible from both parties, from both listing agents, for my buyer to figure out what's the best price we can actually offer. And it turned out not to be the best one, even though they said, oh yes, the property offer right now is significantly higher than list price. That doesn't give me the best idea, so we just had to shoot from the hip the best we can do, and we still ended up not winning that bid war. And it's not that the agent didn't do their best, it's that, hey, you know what, they just had a better offer on the table and they did not want to disclose it. Who knows, maybe if they disclose the highest number, the more motivated buyers would probably go higher. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is that we cannot control people's thoughts or emotions and their own decision-making process. And on top of that, let me just say this as well as advice to buyers out there in the market who are looking for homes. And you're working with an agent. Just because you really want that home does not mean that you're gonna 100% get it. I mean, there's other ways and tactics you can try to use, such as an escalation clause, but there's other ways that you can also figure out how to best serve and best, I guess you could say, put yourself in a better situation, a better position to do that. Now, I wrote down here some notes, right? I like to write notes, and I want to make sure that my folks at home understand this. I have here a book where I write down all my notes as far as the real estate market. See, I study, right, the market, and I write down notes like a good student should, right? And one of the things that we can tell you guys as far as buyers go out in the market is to maybe, well, I've seen out here in the market some people taking some strategies. Well, here's some strategies. Excuse me. And that is offer... there should be an offer, maybe an offer from the buyer to do what? To maybe cover moving costs of the seller. Have you considered that, right? Are you just sticking to the traditional offers from the buyer? Hey, we'll do a quick close. We'll waive inspections. We'll take the property as is, everything else. Okay, everybody's doing that. Have you offered to pay for the seller's moving costs? How about a 30-day rent back, right? Offer to have the seller stay in the property longer. Maybe that'll make your offer a little bit more attractive. Or, even one of them I heard was, hey, offering to make a donation to a charity of the seller's choice. Maybe that's another idea. But listen, if you're entirely, just not comfortable with the whole situation, you're like, I'm tired of this market, how crazy it is. I'm tired of these bid wars. It's like the person that complains about traffic. I'm tired of the traffic. Yeah, but the fact is you are the traffic as well. So the fact is that if you're tired of bid wars, you're one of the reasons why there's a bid war, right? Because you're bidding too. So just deal with it. However, if you want to get out of the atmosphere, right, out of the arena, if you're tired of the whole, multiple offer situation and bid wars and whatnot, well, hey, have you considered new construction? Yeah, have you considered that? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Well, let's take a look. Well, we say, what are you talking about? Well, like I said, it's like we're sitting down next to each other. Hey, let's go ahead and scroll on Google and find a website. Let's read about new construction, shall we? Well, okay, why not? Let's talk about the benefits of new construction. Because yes, I went to Zillow and I went ahead and started to do some research about, what are the pros and cons of new construction. Yeah, new construction is beneficial if you are looking for modern and customizable floor plans. Let's say that you have the wherewithal to buy a new construction home and you have the patience and the time for it. Well, if you do go with a new construction type of situation, you have the ability there to customize your home. That's a great way for you to get started. You could get yourself talking to the builder. If you want a home office, you can build a home office to your liking, specifically how you want it. You want to build a basketball court inside, you want to build a game room, a man cave that actually looks like a cave, that could be done for you, right? So go ahead and take a look into new construction. What else can you do with new construction? What are the pros of having new construction? Well, one of the pros that we have here is that you can have personalized finishes done to your home. It may cost you a little bit more, but it says here, adding your own personal touches to the property may be worth it to you. Hey, does that sound like a good plan for you? Adding your own personal touch to the property? Well, if that's the case, maybe new construction is something that you can be comfortable with doing that, right? There's also energy efficiency. There's new smart appliances that are available in these home systems and all these things. There's insulation and windows that can help with energy, spreading out the energy and just making sure that there's no leaks and making sure that cold air stays and everything else. Hey, why not? Smart and healthy homes. Smart technology allows you to automate internet, cable, speakers, alarm system, okay? You can do all these crazy things. Just speak to a builder or even find out what options are available to you if you're looking to get into new construction homes to purchase, right? There's way less competition out there. As a matter of fact, did I close that window? I believe I did. All right. Well, I wasn't going to get into the statistics of the home sale, but what I will tell you is this. In fact, here we go. I'm happy that I wrote this down because I went into my handy dandy journal, right? My real estate journal, Dear Diary. The year is 2023, right? And I want to tell you how I feel about the real estate market. Anyway, like I said, this journal here has written down news all year long. And in this book here, I did write down some statistics when it comes to the new construction. As we're talking about new construction, did you know that months supply of homes in the new construction sector? In other words, there's more inventory when it comes to new construction, more opportunities for building. Did you know, well, in Aurora, the home inventory, housing supply, month supply, you could say, of regular resale homes is like 1 month's supply. So is Naperville, right? 1.3. And in Chicago, I believe it's 3%. 3-month supply, okay? 3 or 2 month supply. So in other words, it's a seller's market still. 6 months, remember, is a balanced market. Well, when it comes to the new construction, even though in Aurora it's still 2.8 months, which is again it's still seller's market, but still it's slightly above the resale. But look at this: Naperville 5.7 month supply, Chicago 6.3 months supply, according to InfoSparks. That means that there's more leverage, there's more options to choose from. If you are, hey, no bid wars. Well, not almost no bid wars, you could say. How many shows per listing? For resale homes in Aurora, averaging about 12, 13 shows per listing. In Naperville, I believe it's 10. And in Chicago, I believe it's 4. Well, here, shows per listing, only 1.8 in Aurora. Only 2 shows per listing in Naperville and 2.3 in Chicago, which shows you that there's less demand. There's less competition. And then market time, it's 65 days in Aurora, 133 days in Naperville, and Chicago, you have 111 days market time. Okay, 111 days versus 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 days in the market. Quickly comes, quickly goes. Lots of demand for the resale market, but in the under construction company, in the new construction market, less demand, more inventory. Yeah, it costs more for those that have the wherewithal and the credit and everything else to get to this point and the patience for it. Then hey, maybe this is an option for you to move forward into this opportunity. Smart and healthy. All right, we talked about lower maintenance. The cool thing about this as well is that there's lower maintenance. I talked about customizable floor plans if you're taking here. All right, requires less maintenance. Since everything from the HVAC system to the roof to the appliances, the major appliances, the windows, everything is brand new. Less maintenance. You don't have to fork over $50,000 to buy new windows for the entire house. You don't have to fork over $10,000 for a new roof, a new gutter system, a new boiler, new furnace. No. You got yourself a good 10, 15 years still with that if you take care of it. So lower maintenance. And then there's also warranties that builders supply. There's also new home communities, right? Yeah, these communities, they're planned communities, master plan, often include amenities like parks, pools, and community spaces for these new constructions, right? And then caters to buyers who value flexibility. I got off the phone with a person who works for a construction company who, yeah, in order to buy one, you would have to fill out paperwork with them, an application with them as well. If you're working with a buyer's agent as well, have a conversation with them about their compensation. But at the same time, it does take anywhere from, 9, 10, 12 months to get a home built. All right. From the point that you put in that offer, that application, to the certificate of occupancy. At that point, then you are going to have to wait yourself some time. It's going to take some time. So if you have time on your hands, if you don't want to be involved in this, and on top of that too, I believe that they also offer better rates because, these builders are often more motivated than a traditional private, seller would. Excuse me. All right. We're going at this live, regardless of rain or shine, cough or no cough. Here we go. What's the flip side? There could be higher costs because everything rose. There's lumber costs and everything else involved. There could be higher costs of this, okay? So we're going to be looking at the pros and cons. So here's some of the cons, right? There's possibly a longer commute. Since, homes built, you can't really build a home next to your workplace because there's already probably a property there. You can't build a property on top of a property that's already built and established. However, you have to go out into more expansive, undeveloped parts of the area or areas in the community that are, slated for rebuilding residential, then you can find yourself there. But hey, it's possible that you might have to commute longer. Also, on top of that, if you love looking at the trees, if you love to build a tree house, let's say, or you want to live in a place where there's already enough vegetation, right? You could have nice shadow and everything else, then, a new construction might not work for you, okay? You would have a lot of young trees, young plants, and everything else. It takes time to build, right? It takes time to grow. All right, let me just put up that little graphic for you. It takes time. See them? They got to build that, and you don't want to have this little tree here, sitting there for a long time. Small, it's going to grow. You got to wait for it to grow. And then if you wait, there could be also risk of delays, and that can also come up with that. Now, on the flip side, let's take a look and see about existing homes, right? Because we want to be fair, right? Yes, we've considered new construction. If that suits you, reach out to me and I'd love to help you out to help you find homes that way. And they're also listed on the MLS, right, for new construction. And, on the flip side, excuse me, on the flip side, we will see that there are move-in ready homes. What about them? Well, they're move-in ready, right? These resale homes, some of them come ready to move in. Great. They're turnkey properties ready to go. Let's go, right? Remodel homes. They're priced, if they're priced accordingly, appropriately for the market and the condition and the location, they're ready to go. Why not? Why, select a resale home? Because they're move-in ready. What else is great about buying a resale home? Well, the maturity of the trees, right? See on the right-hand side, they have, they have a young tree, but if you value a home that already has a large tree, it gives you nice, cool shade in the summertime, and gives you lots of work in the fall. But at least it gives you a beautiful, tree to look at in the fall. You would love that. The maturity of the trees and landscaping, not only along the streets and in the parks, but also your neighbors' yards, right? Lower priced options. And that's a fact, right? I mean, you have more of a variety as far as the price range goes. There's more location choices. It says here, most new detached single-family homes are built outside urban areas. And then there's also fewer decisions to make. Building a custom homes involves a lot of decision making, right? I mean, you have to consider the floor plan, you have to consider everything else. But here, you don't have to make all these decisions. You just walk in the home, you walk through it. If you love it, you put an offer on that property. If you don't love it, go see the next property, right? I will take you to the next home and I will show you the plan of it. I will show you the best rooms, the kitchen, and it's already built in for you. All the stress and gray hairs that come with all the decision-making process, it's gone. It's gone. You have to worry about that. Also, buying a resale property, a home that already built, right? Even older homes are more likely to have architectural details, right? That will be hard and expensive to replicate. they also have some great stories behind them that you would like. Now, that's the good side of homes. What about the bad side of homes, right? Well, the bad side of homes, or you could say that they might possibly have outdated floor plans. Yeah, homes and kitchens, hey, maybe they're too tight for your liking. Now, speak to me. I could, connect you with a builder that can help you with remodeling homes. I know folks that can help you with that. But if the bedroom's too small, that can always be, fixed up. But I'm saying you could probably get yourself buying a home that, maybe the floor plan, the kitchen is not suited for you. That's a negative side of it, right? I get it. There's also outdated technology, outdated fixtures, right? They're also energy inefficient. Older homes can be poorly insulated. And then finally, potential for more repairs and maintenance, of course, because everything has a lifespan. Even homes themselves, I believe they only have a 50-year lifespan. But, if remodeling and maintenance and everything else does come into play, and homes can last much longer than that. But I'm just saying, one of the cons of buying a home that's resale is the fact that you would have to fork over cash to figure this out, And that's one of the things that an agent can provide advice to, especially if you're, going at this the first time, second time, third time. We often forget that, hey, we might like the price and the property, but, do you look at the windows, the condition of the windows? Do you know how much it costs to replace the windows? Have you looked at the condition of the roof, the condition of the gutters, the condition of, the major appliances of the home? Consider all of these things before you make an offer. If it's a leverage market, and obviously it's a seller's market at the moment and these things might not apply, but when it's an average market, a real estate agent can really help you find these little things and factor all of these little costs into the offer. And then you can negotiate at that point, whether or not you're going to get some concessions or not. Believe it or not, there's actually concessions still going on even as we speak, even in this market. But anyway, listen, we went through a lot of information now. We're hitting about almost 40 minutes now in this video. I appreciate the time that you have here. I understand these videos are long. I understand that these videos, these updates are fairly long. But hey, the real estate market is the way it is. And I am the way I am. And I'm not going to change that. I know I've got some calls from folks saying, hey, Louis, can you make this a little bit shorter? I could. I don't want to. Because once I get going and I get excited about the news that's going on here, I don't want to stop talking about it, right? And, you can always fast forward it. This week, YouTube came out with an update, so you can absolutely fast forward that. And I would love for you to do that. If you have any questions about the real estate market here in the Chicagoland area, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My phone number is 630-777-4597. Reach out to me if you're looking to, make a purchase, if you have any questions on a property or any specific property here in the Chicagoland area. If you're outside of Chicago, you can still reach out to me. I would love to still connect you with a local real estate agent in your neck of the woods that will help you out with that. So, with that said, no further ado, I would like for you to like and subscribe to this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this information. And yeah, don't forget to comment if you have any questions or if you liked anything in this particular pros and cons list. Let me know what you like, so that way I can maybe make some more content about that particular topic in the future. With that said, thank you so much for watching this. Don't forget to hit that like button because it helps me out a lot. That's what everybody says, but I actually like seeing that. I like seeing like buttons. With that said, I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. All right, let's get going.